What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are back in the garage with the F82 M4 GTS, and we are installing the Venturi carbon fiber charge pipes. Huge shout out to Keys Motorsports for sending these out. I'm gonna have everything linked down below in the description, but let's get into this install. All right, here's everything that came in the package from Venturi. Got a few decals. We've got the silicone couplers as well as some hardware, and then of course the beautiful carbon fiber Venturi charge pipes. These look so freaking good. They also have the metal on the inside, so when you are attaching the couplers, you don't risk cracking them, which is a really smart idea for something like this that is carbon fiber. These charge pipes will increase durability and efficiency and flow with our charge pipe setup currently. This S55 is completely bone stock. This will be the first engine modification that we make to it, and these are your factory plastic charge pipes. Now, under increased boost, you do run the risk of cracking those, and that is one reason why we are upgrading them today. Not to mention the Venturi charge pipes just look absolutely beautiful in the engine bay. And we got a couple more things coming to show you how we're gonna update this entire engine bay. But without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this install. First step here is to remove the carbon fiber brace that we have. In order to do that, we gotta take off that plastic piece. There's a couple of 10 mils up top that you just twist halfway and then you pop it out. Same thing with that side. And then we're gonna take out this bolt right here, as well as a few bolts back here. I believe those are all 13 millimeter. This one looks like it is a 10 millimeter. And then you have a couple of plastic push pins that we will remove as well. All right, so for those 13 mils, you've got 3 up top here, you've got 1 down here, got 1 over here, and then of course the other 3 up top here. Just don't forget about that 1 10 mil right there. All right, so now our carbon fiber strut brace is loose. We're gonna go ahead and remove this and set that aside in a secure location. Next step, we're gonna go ahead and remove this intake portion so we can actually get access to the bottom of the charge pipes. You might be able to sneak down there and make it happen without it, but it's gonna be a lot easier just by removing all this, and this is pretty simple to take out. We'll go ahead and unplug our mass airflow sensor right here. Now that we have the intake off, this pipe is completely open right here. Now this leads directly to the turbo, so we're gonna take a clean microfiber towel, stuff it in there just to make sure that nothing goes down there. So now we'll go ahead and focus on the bottom side of the charge pipe. We have a little E10 right there. We're gonna go ahead and pop that off. And while we're at it, we can go ahead and remove the beauty cover as well. Just held in by grommets, lift up, pull off. So this charge pipe is almost ready to come off. We're just gonna tackle this one first. I'm just gonna take this silicone piece off of the actual charge cooler itself and remove the entire charge pipe. But before we start loosening up there, we're gonna go ahead and pop this guy off. We're basically gonna pull the entire charge pipe up and out. If you don't, you can risk cracking this. There's a little rubber grommet that holds on to this piece right here. Make sure you get these very, very loose. This coupler can be a bit tough to get off of the charge cooler. Forgot to mention there's also a line running right there. Just remove it from this little clip on the side. Now we'll go ahead and take a rubber glove and cover up our turbo that is now exposed to make sure nothing falls in there. All right, so now that we have this first one out, we're gonna go ahead and remove the second one. We're actually gonna take off this turbo inlet right here. It's just a 10 mil right there, and we should be able to pull right out. That'll give us access to the bottom of the other charge pipe. Just as we did before, now that the turbo is open, we're gonna go ahead and cover it up with a glove. All right, so just like the other side, we have an E10 right here, and then we also have the 2 clamps on the coupler up here. Go ahead and remove those, and then pull out the charge pipe just as we did before. Just be wary of this line right here. You'll have another grommet there, so when you lift up and out. Got the turbo exposed there. One more glove. All right, so I've got everything laid out here, and I'm gonna go through a couple of things real quick. First of all, taking a look at the Venturi charge pipes compared to the OEM ones, the flow is much much better. Look at how flat this gets. Look at how round and open these stay compared to this one. So I noticed that immediately right off the bat, which is pretty cool. Look at that. Flat, a little bit more open on this one. This one is a pretty drastic difference. Also worth noting that the longer charge pipe is going to go towards the front of the car. The shorter charge pipe is going to go towards the back of the car. You'll notice that the OEM charge pipes have this flange right here where that E10 went in. Eventury supplies that to us, and this is now a metal piece, and the E10 will now go through there. Before we place this on the turbo, we need to swap over our OEM gaskets. There's one in here, and we are now going to put that right inside the groove of the new one. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the other charge pipe. You guys can obviously do this in any order that you want, but while we have everything off, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this grommet piece for the engine cover. We need to place this little spacer right underneath it. And this will be a 13 millimeter. Let's go ahead and work on the first adapter piece for the charge pipe that goes to the turbo. We're gonna reuse the OEM E10, and this will be the charge pipe that is towards the back, which is the shorter one. This bottom adapter piece will be a very snug fit, so just make sure you get it all the way on before tightening it down. And now that we got that piece on, we'll go ahead and put our Eventury silicone couplers on. Let's go ahead and throw the first clamp on. Now let's go ahead and put our top coupler on. All right, so now we're gonna take that shorter charge pipe that is towards the back of the car, and we are going to connect it to each coupler, fish it through there. Also important to note that there are little nibs on each side of the charge pipe, and that will help make sure that it is secured properly once clamped down. First charge pipe's in, we're gonna go ahead and tighten down each clamp. All right, so the first one is in. Looks really, really good. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the inlet piece back on that comes from the turbo down there, and it's got a little 10 millimeter bolt right there. All right, we're all set there. We can start working on the second charge pipe. It's gonna be nearly the exact same process. Put the adapter piece down there on the turbo, put the silicone couplers on, put the silicone couplers on up top at the charge cooler, and then we can put in the pipe. All right, we are on the home stretch now. They look so, so good in this engine bay. Definitely digging it. So now we're just gonna reverse everything we did before. Throw back in the intake, starting with the pipe back there, intake box right here, throw on our plastic cowls, our engine cover, and we should be good. All right, you guys, everything is done. God, look at how good this engine bay is already looking. The S55 is such a gorgeous engine bay. They threw in a couple decals for me. Put the Eventury decal right here. But yeah, man, these look so good. Tiny, tiny details that make a big difference. We've got a bunch of stuff coming for this car. Just wait, this is all gonna look a whole lot different soon, but really happy with this install. I love the way that they made this kit. You can tell that it's very well engineered. Everything fits perfectly, OEM, like it should, and it looks incredible. All right, you guys, so that is the complete install on the Eventury charge pipes for my S55. Hopefully this video helped you out. A huge shout out to Keys Motorsports for sending these out. If you guys need any BMW products, make sure you check out their website. I'll have a link down in the description. But that is effectively going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.